Hi, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. This reading is for anyone interested in a Cancer. I'm pulling one card to see how they feel about you, one card for their actions for the month of May. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. All right, Cancer, crying out loud. Cancer feels committed to you, right? They feel like they have a hard time seeing themselves with anyone else. The weird part is they are exploring their options. So for those of you who are dealing with a Cancer, I'm sorry, because it's kind of a conflicting energy, right? It's the energy of them making the assumption that you don't want them is really what this boils down to. And it's because you're not showing up the way that they think that you would show up if you wanted to be in their life. Okay? Cancer is feeling like there's some kind of apology that they need from you. Now, you don't have to agree with that. That's just what is coming up. And because you're not like giving them an apology and making a plan about what's going to happen next, they feel like they need to explore other areas for love. They need to explore their options because this is making them feel kind of out of control. There's an energy of no response being a response. So it's like if they told you something that they needed from you, or in their mind, that's how they're looking at it, is like, I told you what I needed, I told you what I wanted, you didn't reply or you didn't acknowledge what I said. Or if you acknowledged what I said, you didn't like take the action to show me that this is what you wanted. In fact, Cancer feels like you did the opposite of what they talked to you about. So they're feeling like this is something that is reminiscent either of something that you've shown them in the past, or it's reminiscent of a partner that they had in the past. And so even though they feel like they could be committed to you or they could have a relationship with you that goes a distance, they're also feeling as though they need to, like, I don't want to say cut their losses, but it's more an accountability thing, right? Like, I have to weigh how much I've put into the situation versus what I'm getting back. If I stay in a situation where it seems like I'm an option or it seems like not being with me is an option, then I really can only blame myself for the outcome of this. So if you feel like Cancer is acting really strange, it's because in their mind, they didn't get the reassurance that they felt like they needed. And maybe with this Ace of Swords in the reverse, they could have been like confusing in their delivery, is what this kind of looks like. Or they could have come off harsh with like an ultimatum, or you could have perceived what they said as an ultimatum, and it made you feel like you didn't want to be like controlled or bossed around. Or you could have even looked at the situation like, wow, this is how they're coming at me. This is only going to get worse if they feel like they have more control over me. So I need to create distance for myself, right? Like, I feel as though my boundaries are being infringed upon. I feel like this person is putting me in a box. And if I don't react the way that they want me to, they're going to cut me out of their life. It seems like, honestly, a real discussion is needed here because Cancer, the way they're seeing it, they told you like what they needed and they tried to reassure you that they were in this. The way you're seeing it, it looks like, is that you felt attacked, or like you didn't understand like what Cancer wanted. And it very well could be the way that they said whatever they said came across as like, either do this or I'm leaving. And that could have activated like something inside of you where you're like, nobody tells me what to do, right? Because we have this King of Wands energy coming through very strongly. You know what I'm saying? What I think is interesting here though is like, there does seem to be some sort of like sadness around not being able to come to like a conclusion with each other, like a way to make it work, because it feels like deep down the two of you, if things were less complicated, right, if egos and emotions were not as involved as it looks like they are, it feels like the two of you would choose each other every time, right? But for whatever reason, you know, whether it's miscommunication or it's like past experiences or baggage that either one of you or both of you are carrying, it feels like there's just too much division between the two of you, because there needs to be like an honest conversation where like, okay, we'll check our egos at the door. What do you want? If I don't understand what you're saying, I'm going to ask for clarity, and vice versa. Then I'm going to communicate to you that the way that you're coming at me feels like you're crossing a boundary because I feel attacked rather than informed. You get what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be something like that between the two of you, because I'm seeing that Cancer feels like they've invested a lot. They feel like they told you what they needed, even if you don't feel like that happened. And because it's not happening, I could see this person actually like just getting frustrated this month and changing their number or possibly blocking you, simply because they're taking it as like you don't care. Even if you do care, there's something about the way that you responded, and I'm not placing blame on you whatsoever, but it's like it wasn't what they were looking for, so they just will become like frustrated, right? And to them it's like, okay, I said everything there's to say, there's nothing left to say. What aren't they getting? What is the next step to like protect myself because I felt vulnerable and now I feel dismissed? Well, then I should probably just block this person and move on, right? Whereas you might be the kind of person where you got the message and you're like, I need to let this marinate because first of all, I don't like the way they spoke to me. I'm not really understanding where they're coming from. I don't want to come out of a bag on this person, so I'm going to take a step back. You get what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, when you do want to reply, or you do like get to a place where you feel like you can articulate what you're feeling, because if you're in King of Wands energy, you're definitely going to first feel like offended or aggression. By the time you get into a space where you're like, you know what, I think I can see where this person's coming from, or, you know, maybe something got lost in translation. Maybe this was a text message. By the time you try to reach out, it looks like you won't be able to, right? The message will be returned, or you'll like go to pull up that person's Facebook and it'll be like, do you want to friend this person? And you'll be like, wow, okay, well, screw you, right? All right, let's get a love message for you for the month of May with Cancer. Okay, this has been a really popular message this month. It says, acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Time, you're trying too hard, give it time. So you could be a Gemini, you could be, I think Aries got this one too. It's been a really popular theme of people being like just needing to accept the person they're dealing with for who they are, and to give it space, right? Time, you're trying too hard, give it time. This person, I feel like they would probably end up coming back towards you, I think, but it wouldn't be for a while, right? Yeah, could at least be a month, could be longer, but I think they need time, and it seems like maybe you needed time, so maybe you're just not on the same page this month, right? All right, well, good luck with this. I'll speak to all of you again soon, but in the meantime, you take very good care of yourselves. Bye.